Hi guys and welcome to another video on the wrestling review and you and in that video I'm going to talk about my a description of or booting Andrade and giving him a proper push just and just he can his direction. So as you know, as of old, Andrade's kind of unfortunately being a bit lost in the shuffle, and I think um and I think he and I think he deserves a lot better. To be honest, he's good in the ring, etc. But he is lacking a vital piece. I genuinely think he does need a manager because pro- um because his promos aren't the strongest. I mean, he's not a bad or or but it would enhance it would enhance him to have a manager because I don't think his delivery is up to the stand of as many others on the main roster and even in NXT when it comes to promos and um I think as well having a um think as well having a manager would add um a bit with presentation. Also, um, I also like the idea of being linked up to a beautiful woman because that's like his sort of thing, because he's been linked up with Selena Vega when he was in WWE, the first and for a while he was also linked up to CJ Perry and AEW for the last few weeks of his contract. And I think that dynamic works extremely well. I just actually think he needs a manager and something to develop his character. To be honest, a bit, but because because he has had some good matches with Carmelo Hayes, for example, the best of 7 series, but is the best um as some of the best matches of last year, and last year was full of great matches, but the person um the person I would like to see my Annie and Gerard is obviously now I've said to this on my ex account, is obviously Lola of Ice now, Lola of Ice herself as a good Romo, as a as a good promo, she she can or she's got a bit of that with in the fire. Or she's obviously very badass as well. She's a former kickbox. Or she's had some good matches in NXT against Shayna Baszler or Jada Park. Or, but I think to be honest, I think it's time to really start to elevate her a bit onto the main roster. And I think maybe and I think maybe being the sort of mouthpiece for Orange July could actually help both their careers out immensely. Now you can always have Vice um essentially um essentially and my cheatism well eventually, but for the time being I think they should call up below of ice as and Gerard is my and each other um as I've said she's a good or on them I she's also a very oh individual and she's also very attractive as well and Gerardi kind of suits having um Gerardi kind of suits having an attractive in and her um and has gone or basic skill because because his whole presentation is the whole sort of Mexican aristocrat vibe um going on like very elite is um yeah fancy suits and eh, etc. and the jewelry and I think um and I, um and I think having somebody I think having somebody the caliber a low a vice a low of ace next and Gelati could really help him basically. And it would really add to his per- it would really add to his presentation. Also as well, you could always have him you could always make it a huger role so he can so he could heal by maybe attacking Jimmy Uso or something like that maybe attack grief in it's because I think we'll get the Ray Phoenix and Gerard the match shortly. And maybe I'll Ray Phoenix beats and Gerard. You can maybe introduce Lola of Vice as his manager. I think I think that would be a good introduction for Lola on the main on the main roster. I think SmackDown would ultimately be a better fit for Lola of Ice, as in the Raw side. There's a lot more stacked on the female side. But yeah, it would be a good but it'd be a good if or obviously or to make the jump to the main roster. Or I actually think she's been a bit underutilized um in NXT. I think she's got a lot offer. Obviously it's she brings the social media presence and the company are really big on at the moment. I know WWE are big on social media engagement. I know she's very big in platforms such as Instagram and TikTok, and um, I think she could help bring some of that into Andrade, yeah, but more as well. But anyway, guys, that's my opinion. That's my opinions on the that's just but that's just an idea and suggestion I've had in my head or you but you let me know in the comments and what you think of the whole role of Vice suggestion for on Gerard is manager. You let me know in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and help me your comment in the comment section. Please be respectful, and I'll see you over very soon. I might review Smackdown and Raw next week. It just depends. If I don't review Smackdown, you've got the Raw. You've got the Raw review on um on Tuesday. But yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this short or video, and I'll see you all very soon.